Now we're moving on to the fourth movie on my list that is considered bad according to the internet, which I have already seen, and it's called Alpha and Omega year 2010, directed by Anthony Bell and Ben Gluck. And so the story of this movie is about these two young wolves, well, after park rangers captured them and shipped them halfway across the country, Omega Wolf Humphrey and Alpha Wolf Kate find themselves on a rocky road trip. Now, one of the wolves, Humphrey, is described as a wolf that likes to have fun, while the other wolf, Kate, devotes herself to duty and discipline. And back home, rival wolves are both fighting for survival. And so Kate and Humphrey have to restore peace by working together because they are both opposite ends of their pack's social hierarchy. The setting or the place of this movie takes place in Jasper National Park, Canada, which is pretty interesting. And so the wolves live in a structured pack system. But now let's take a look at some of the reasons why this movie is bad according to the internet.
According to the internet, the movie Alpha and Omega has three main weaknesses. Number 1, a predictable plot. Number 2, weak character development. And number 3, animation limitations. Now back to you.
So the number one thing that they mention is predictable plot, which in some case, yes, it is, but for this movie, I didn't seem to mind it too much. The romance seemed to be fine. There was a separate romance that was also going on, which I thought was pretty cute. And each of the romances did have some small developments over time because they were able to showcase some of their weaknesses and helped each other by showing some of their flaws and even displaying some of their strengths. For me, the character designs was also not that bad. The journey was also pretty decent as well. I enjoyed a little bit of their adventure together. Sure, it wasn't the best, but it also was not the worst. They also showed and shared some of their goals and purposes, and seeing how these wolves opposite attracts and just seeing them complement each other in ways that each side might not be good at was very nice to see. So I will have to disagree on this one. The second reason that we have is weak character development, to which I would say there were some developments happening. Not the characters, they are still the same, but more on their relationship and the progress of that relationship. I would say the other couple side characters had slightly more development than the main one, of how one of the alpha wolf can now sing better than before, and the wolf Lily is able to confess her feelings and be able to get out of her shell a bit. Maybe I'm kind of biased on their dynamic, but I do also think that both the main couple was able to open up to their feelings for each other and become vulnerable a little as well, and these things help them to become a little bit closer. They are still them, but no big changes. I would also say they could also be considered one-dimensional, but at the same time, I don't think they lacked any growth. And I think through their journey, they were able to learn from each other and admire their strengths while also trying to help out with their weaknesses. So I would have to disagree on this one as well. The third reason and the last reason is animation limitations for this movie, which again, I just don't like to judge a movie just because of the animation, well, maybe besides Delgo. But I think even though the visuals were kind of lacking and definitely feel like a low budget, which also may need some more improvements, but then again, I also think they tried their best because some of the movements of the female wolves designs were quite better for Kate and Lily. So even though it's still bad, it still seemed a little bit passable to me. So I would have to disagree because also I do see a lot of potential for this movie to become a lot more better and make it really enjoyable for all people to watch.